The only thing that will guarantee your result is just consistency over time. If you do this for any period of time consistently, you will succeed and have a full-time real estate photography business. That's just the way it works. Hello and welcome back to the channel. I am Jordan, a real estate photographer and a real estate photography business coach. Today I am headed to two real estate photography shoots. The first one is just photography and a floor plan. The second one is also just photography and a floor plan. So a nice and slow day. I'm headed to the ocean first. Thought it was gonna be more sunny than this, but not sunny at all. So the first one is on the coast. Second shoot is inland. We're gonna go do the one on the coast first. Headed there, we'll be getting there in about 10-15 minutes or so. Also, I'm using the DJI Pocket 3 now. I ordered it a few weeks ago and it finally came, so I'm very curious to see what the quality looks like, because it's super convenient to film. I have it locked on my face right now, and I can just, literally have it right here. I can slap it right there. I can do Sam Sulik style right there. Just, film away. So it's pretty cool. Let me know what you think. I'm getting a lot of questions online about the type of cameras to get for real estate photography, and a lot of people sending me some emails as well. And one person asked about a Canon M50, and then he wanted to get a Lumix S5 II for his main full frame camera. The only reason I stopped using my Canon M50 for real estate photos with the 11 to 22 millimeter is because the average size of any given property that I shoot, it can be as big as 3,500 square feet, but the average property is something like 900 to 1,200 square feet. So the Canon M50 has a field of view equivalent of a full frame 17.6, I think, millimeters. So it's a little bit more narrow, which makes it a little bit more difficult to see everything that you need to see. So that's the only reason that I opted for a full frame Canon 5D Mark III with a 12 to 24 millimeter on there, is just because I shoot small houses. Apartments, condos, 900 square feet houses. In the video I uploaded a couple days ago when I was on the phone with that client, that house was 876 square feet. So I've used the Canon M50 for those tiny properties and it works out, but it's just a little bit more narrow than I would like. So that's why I opted for a full frame. But the Canon M50, just the Mark I with the 11 to 22 millimeter at that 17-ish millimeter field of view, while it is on the slightly more narrow end, if the average house that in your state or your city or whatever is 1,500 square feet, 1,700 square feet or above, the Canon M50 doesn't even have to be a beginner camera. You can use it long-term with complete success. It's tack sharp, easy to use. The file sizes are small. The camera is super small and light. It's not a good video camera at all. I don't recommend it for video. But for photos, I mean, the Canon M50 Mark I can be bought for $350, 300 bucks. The 11 to 22 millimeter f4 to 5.6 can be found for $250, I think now. So what is that? $600, $700, something like that, at the absolute maximum for both a camera and lens to do real estate photography. And that can stay with you long term. The only reason you would need a full frame camera is to be able to do smaller houses without, it looking super tiny, if that makes sense. But like I said, if the average house that you shoot is going to be on the slightly bigger end, Canon M50 you can use it forever. There's no reason to use a full frame just because you want to use a full frame. If your use case doesn't warrant a full frame, then it's a waste of money. So that's my spiel. All right, I'll see you in a sec.
Try you out for that. So I'll text you what we need and maybe you can let me know what you would charge. It looks like for that would be $5.99 from your website. I'm not sure if that's right or not.
Yeah, I'll have to double check it. I'm not in front of the website right now, but whatever, like if you see, so all that is for properties up to 2,000 square feet. So if those have the services that you want with the square footage, that's correct, then yes, that'll be the price.
Okay, got it. Should I text you or hit book now through the website?
You can just text me. I mean, you already have my phone number, so if you just text me what you're after, and then I'm just rolled up to my first shoot today, and then I've got another one. But when I get home, I'll double confirm with you.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
Cool, sounds good. Thank you for reaching out. I look forward to working with you.
Thanks. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Okay, bye.
You just got to talk to people politely, correctly, with professionalism. I'm going to say it again and again. I wish I was filming from the start of that car. The phone call was, started 15 seconds before I started filming. But yeah, just be calm, be nice, be professional, and you'll get jobs, I promise. That is the first house complete. It is 11:52. I started at 11:35. So 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 17 minutes, something like that. Now I got to drive inland about 20 minutes to the next shoot, which is also just photos and a floor plan. I'm not sure if the realtor's going to be there. I didn't film because the homeowner was in there. He left to go to a meeting or something like that, but I didn't want to have to walk back out to the car and grab my stuff. So headed to the next shoot. I will see you in a sec. So that's that complete. I didn't want to film because it ended up being, I didn't even look at the address before I went there, but it ended up being in a pretty seedy part of town, so I just wanted to get in there quick, or rather get in and out of there quick. The realtor was there, so I had a nice conversation with her as well. She's got a couple more listings coming up. Low listing price because of the area that it's in, but I mean, it was in pretty rough shape, but it wasn't terrible. But let's see, what can we talk about? Well, I suppose I can talk about how to take this full time. So in my coaching, a couple of my students have had fairly similar circumstances where, they're not making too much money, or they're considering going back to work and, not wanting to give up on the dream of owning a real estate photography business, but, having to do something else. This can be built over time. It's not something that, you have to worry about it disappearing. It's always going to have opportunity for you to get this done, and it honestly might even be a better idea to build this over the long term, because then your bills are paid, you're not so stressed out. Because if you're wanting to make real estate photography your full-time thing and you don't currently have a different job, or you're not making ends meet or whatever, and you're trying to force real estate photography to work, then it's not going to. You're going to get really upset. You're going to get mad that realtors aren't, texting you back. You're going to be mad that you're not earning enough. You're going to be mad that you can't afford a 360 camera and a drone and your Part 107 and, a gimbal to do listing videos, this and that. So if you just build it over time, it'll be a lot better, because if your bills are paid, you can pick up the gear that you need over a long period of time. You can absolutely do shoots on the weekend. I do a lot of shoots on the weekend. I don't have to do it during the week if I don't want to. I always get the question of like, oh, well, realtors don't want to work on weekends. And yeah, some of them don't. A good chunk of them, they'll be fine with it, or at least they'll give you the code so that you can go out there and get the materials done. But this is absolutely possible to build part-time. It's just, you got to be methodical and strategic about your plan to take it full-time, but it's certainly absolutely doable. So if you're getting stressed out about having to go back to, getting a real job, well, I guess real estate photography is a real job. It's just working for yourself. I guess I haven't had a real job in 4 years. You can get this done. You can absolutely do it. So if you give it time and you don't force it, it'll be more likely to happen, because you have to get in the correct mentality or the right mindset to, think that it's even possible for you to have a full-time real estate photography business where you're working for yourself. But things that matter take a long time to build. If it was worth having, everybody would be doing it. If it only took 2-3 weeks or a month or 2 months to build, it might take you a year, and that's okay. It might take you way less than a year. It took me way less than a year, so you never know. It's just, as long as the only thing that will guarantee your result is just consistency over time. If you do this for any period of time consistently, you will succeed and have a full-time real estate photography business. That's just the way it works. So that's all I got to say about that. Maybe I'll probably have more things that pop up in my head, but just give it time. Give it time. Be confident in what you're doing. Be consistent. You will succeed. I promise. I'm here to help you. Thinking of making a course. I think I talked about this in the other video, but I'm not sure which video I'm going to upload first. If you're interested in an introduction to real estate photography course, that's going to be pretty cheap, maybe a couple $100 to get, with a couple other perks kind of inside of it, then look out for that. I'm working on the script right now, so I'm going to try and get it done within the next couple months, or maybe even sooner if I can have the time. Real estate photography is so busy. Coaching is so busy. YouTube channel is so busy. Everything's so busy. Stay-at-home dad, busy. I've got 2 toddlers. They're busy. Everything's busy. But I'm glad to have you along with me. If you want to pick up my book, do it. It's in the description below. Sign up for my 7-day free email training. It's got a lot of cool stuff in it. And there's a coupon for undetermined, well, it's not undetermined, it's on there, but it's a secret percentage off of the book that I think you'll enjoy. So pick that up or join the 7-day free training, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.